Okay, so we'll just get into my Game Boy collection. Um, I don't have my Game Boy anymore. I got rid of it because it really wasn't that good compared to whenever you got the Game Boy Advance. So and the regular original Game Boy games play and the Game Boy Advance. So I really didn't have a need for it. And see, like Game Boy, it came out in '89, and it was actually kind of groundbreaking in you know on the go gaming. And because other than that, I mean, there really wasn't anything except for like I guess like those shitty Game and Watch games. And I wish I had one of mine just so I can show it as a testament as how fucking bad those things were. And they really weren't even like video games anyway. They were just like frozen, like it was like a calculator basically, and all the images were already on it, and it was always like one screen, and the music was shrill. And they probably the music. I mean, the music was probably so shrill. It probably made several people want to like just jump out of a moving car because it was so bad. They were so bad. But I mean, if you played um, any of the Tiger handheld games, then that's a Game and Watch. That's a Game and Watch game. But I don't even know if I have a picture. Okay, yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. That is what the original Game Boy looked like. And it was all. It was really just kind of weird why they did it the way that they did it, because the back screen was just like green and greener. Like, that's all it was just green. Like, shades of green. And it wasn't backlit. So, if you took it in the car, you had to have sunlight. Or, because whenever it got dark and it was like dark, you couldn't play it anymore because it didn't have like it's like a light up screen like the Sega Game Gear, which was basically Sega's version of the Game Boy. And I don't know why they didn't like Nintendo didn't like make a different updated model for that during its heyday, and they didn't do that. And my fucking coffee is lukewarm because I fucked around too much. All right, so it didn't have the, like I said, it didn't have the light up screen, so you can play in the dark. I mean, but they made accessories for it. I mean, there's a shit ton of accessories, third party accessories made for the Game Boy. Like, you can look up Angry Video Game Nerds video for Game Boy game accessories. There's a video. That's what it's called. I'm pretty sure. There's like so many. Haven't heard of. When I had my Game Boy, I mean they had a solar powered battery pack, but it was third party. It wasn't made by Nintendo, and surprisingly, it actually worked. I didn't think it was going to work when he pulled that out. He was surprised it worked when he pulled that out. But these things, I forget how many batteries they ran, how many batteries it took to run a run, but I used to have to rely on batteries, but I guess apparently eventually my parents wised up and they got me a AC adapter. And I mean, it was kind of cool, but it was shitty because it was loose. So if you moved it in a certain way and the thing kind of rotated inside the Game Boy, the power would turn off. And that didn't happen many a time when I was playing it. And I was pretty pissed. So that's pretty much all I can think about to say about the original Game Boy. I eventually got the Game Boy Advance, I think sometime in 04. It was 04. And then I found out that the original Game Boy games played in it. So, and much better visually. Like, you can see much more clear. The resolution on it's much better. But, so, I mean, after I found out about that, I got rid of it somehow. I don't know what I did with it. But I kept all the games. I'm not giving up my games. Pretty glad I didn't do it either. But, well, I mean, I knew about Game Boy when I was 89. And I think I told somebody that I was kind of wanting it, but it kind of faded out. And so then I think one of my friends I was hanging out with at the time, I think in the 91 or 92, and he had one, and for some reason I really wanted one. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of like, well, I don't know why I didn't stick with Nintendo, but so see, so fuck. Clearly the coffee and caffeine's not in me yet. All right. So pretty much in spring of 92, or when kind of approaching spring of 92, I guess I decided I wanted the Game Boy for my birthday. And this is when Super Nintendo was out. I don't know why I didn't bother trying to get a Super Nintendo again. I don't know why. I really think that I didn't have very good thinking back then, because why choose a Game Boy over a fucking Super Nintendo? But I don't know. That's where we're gonna have to get another time machine scenario where I go back in time and ask me why the fuck I wanted a Game Boy over a fucking Super Nintendo. But the deal was, the parents, they're like, okay, well, you can have one, but they cost, I think, like $80. So I think they told me I either had to save $30, or I had to save $40 of my own money. So that was the deal. So apparently I had the gumption to save for a Game Boy. I didn't have gumption to save for a Super Nintendo. So I had to save every bit, I think, of my allowance for that. And finally, the day came, birthday, So it was on a Friday. So we went to the mall and went to Electronics Boutique, which doesn't exist anymore unless they changed the name and got bought out. I don't know. But that's where we went for some reason all the time. If we bought games or like video games for Christmas or birthdays or whatnot, we always wound up going to Electronics Boutique in the mall at Greenwood. And we'll get into the games in the second part, because this is 10 minutes and I don't edit anymore. So we'll get to the games next.